You're watching KSG News Explainer. In this video, we are going to talk about climate compensation on agenda for the first time. This is for GS Paper 3 Environment. Delegates at the UN's COP27 Climate Summit in Egypt agreed to discuss whether rich nations should compensate poor countries most vulnerable to climate change for their suffering. This creates for the first time an institutionally stable space on the formal agenda of COP and the Paris Agreement to discuss the pressing issue of funding arrangements needed to deal with existing gaps, responding to loss and damage. Now let's get into the details. The item was adopted to the agenda in Sharm el-Sheikh, Egypt, as world leaders arrived for the negotiations scheduled to run through 18 November 2022. Much of the tension at COP27 is expected to relate to loss and damage, funds provided by wealthy nations to vulnerable lower income countries that bear little responsibility for climate warming emissions. At COP26 in 2021 in Glasgow, high income nations blocked a proposal for a loss and damage financing body, instead supporting a new 3-year dialogue for funding discussions. The loss and damage discussions now on the agenda at COP27 will not involve liability or binding compensation, but they are intended to lead to a conclusive decision. No later than 2024. Negotiators spent a frantic 2 days ahead of the meeting discussing whether to formally consider the issue of loss and damage or reparations to vulnerable nations suffering from climate change. The issue, which has weighed on the talks for years, was agreed just hours before the meeting officially opened. The UN's top climate official also appealed to countries both to engage constructively in the negotiations and take necessary action back home. That's it for this explainer. Thank you so much for watching. To join KSG India courses and to crack the IELTS exam, visit ksgindia.com. You can also get a PDF of this explainer on ksgindia.com.